Back in the 90s, there was a show called Home Improvement. We laughed, cringed, and watched the Taylor family stumble through life. Now, 35 years later, the cast's real-life journeys will blow your mind. Tim Taylor was brought to life by Tim Allen, not as a hero, not as a role model, but as a man who made noise to hide fear. Tim Taylor puffed his chest and cracked jokes because deep down, he was scared of failing as a husband and father. Tim Allen was 38 when it all began. Now, in his 70s, he's steadier, still funny, still working, but far more aware of the man behind the jokes. Jill Taylor was portrayed by Patricia Richardson, not just the wife, but the emotional center, holding everything together while still figuring herself out. Jill felt like a real woman, patient but exhausted, loving but ambitious, strong without being loud. Richardson was 40 at the premiere. Now, 75, she works selectively, stays vocal about health and aging, and carries herself with the same grounded honesty Jill always had. Debbie Dunning stepped in as Heidi Keppert, Tool Time's assistant, who felt natural in the room, never trying to steal scenes, just reacting and keeping things grounded. Audiences warmed to her because she felt believable. Dunning was 26 when she joined. At 59, she hosts lifestyle shows, travels often, raises her family, and openly embraces the nostalgia surrounding home improvement today. Pamela Anderson appeared as Lisa, Tool Time's original assistant, bright-eyed and eager before the world knew her name. Pamela Anderson was 24 in 1991. Today, she's reclaimed her story through writing, activism, documentaries, and selective acting, prioritizing truth, privacy, and self-definition over spectacle. After decades of media distortion, control, reinvention, healing, growth, reflection, and peace, Jonathan Taylor Thomas became Randy Taylor, the sharp observer who said what others felt. Thomas was 10 in 1991. At 44, he lives privately, valuing education, anonymity, and personal growth. Occasionally directing or acting, but never chasing the spotlight that once followed him during childhood, adolescence. Through fame, pressure, expectations, scrutiny, noise, attention, obsession, intrusion, and intensity. Taran Noah Smith played Mark Taylor, the quiet kid watching everything. As Mark grew, so did his depth. Smith was just 7 in 1991. At 41, he left acting early, explored business and sustainable food ventures, and speaks honestly about childhood fame, choosing stability over celebrity after difficult lessons in legal battles. Independence, reinvention, maturity, reflection, boundaries, adulthood, peace, purpose, and autonomy. Zachary Ty Bryan grew up as Brad Taylor, the confident oldest son whose swagger slowly met reality. Bryan was 10 in 1991. At 44, his life includes fatherhood, production work, and public legal struggles, making his post-show story far more complicated than his sitcom years suggested on screen, reminding viewers child fame rarely protects. Richard Karn played Al Borland, Tim's loyal, flannel-wearing co-host, whose competence quietly carried Tool Time. Al grounded the chaos with competence and sincerity. Karn was 35 in 1991. At 69, he continues acting, hosting, and voice work, often embracing game shows and fan conventions, while proudly celebrating the show that defined his career and shaped television nostalgia for millions worldwide today. Earl Henman became Wilson, the neighbor everyone leaned on but never fully saw. His calm wisdom carried the show's heart. Hindman was 49 in 1991. He passed away in 2003 at 61, leaving a rare sitcom legacy built on empathy, patience, and guidance, rather than punchlines or visibility and loud recognition. Forever remembered quietly, fondly, respectfully, warmly, sincerely, universally, and deeply. And that's our journey, through the laughs, the mistakes, and the everyday moments that made the Taylor house feel real. If revisiting Tim, Jill, and the boys brought back memories, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. This was Home Improvement Cast, Then and Now 2026. Until this season, hold on to the laughter, learn from the mistakes, and remember that home is built one moment at a time.